Hello and welcome to this edition of Tour Confidential on Golf.com. I'm Jessica Marksbury, joined today in our New York City studio by Golf Magazine's Jeff Ritter and Sports Illustrated's Gary Van Sickle via Skype. Adam Scott made headlines last week for his lackluster feelings about golf in the Olympics. Not only is he unwilling to rearrange his schedule to accommodate the Olympic golf schedule, he also says golf doesn't necessarily even belong in the Olympics. Now, Gary, some surprising thoughts from a player of Adam Scott's stature. What do you think? Does he have a point?
Well, it sounds to me, Jessica, like Adam was just reading my columns out loud. I've been against Olympic golf since day one. Look, we've already got the Olympics of golf 4 times a year, the Masters, the U.S. Open, the British Open, and the PGA. We don't need this. And secondly, it's not even anything close to a major championship field. There's only going to be 60 players, probably 30 of whom will be outside the top 120 in the world rankings. You maybe will have 15 or 18 of the top 40 players in the world. There's nothing about it that says this is an important event for the best players. You know, you had the Jamaican bobsled team in the Winter Olympics, but they had to go through qualifying heats to get to the finals. There's no qualifying heats for golf. Joe Slobotnik, who's ranked 320th in the world from Zimbabwe or wherever, he's in the Olympic finals for really no good reason. He doesn't deserve to be there. So I totally agree with Adam Scott in every respect.
Really, really interesting points, Gary. And of course, Adam called this an exhibition. But Jeff, isn't the point of this in a lot of ways to grow the game, to gain exposure for golf in places that, you know, may not have a lot of golfers right now, like China, where we're seeing a huge boom at the moment?
Yeah, this will be good for golf. You know, whether it turns into something that's big for golf remains to be seen. All of Gary's points about the event itself are valid. There's flaws in how this field's going to be selected. It's too small. It's not going to be the greatest, display of talent that we see in a given golf year, but a gold medal means different things to different people. With Adam Scott, with those comments, I think we learn more about Adam Scott than we do about the Olympics itself. And, Scott's a guy that grew up dreaming of winning a Masters, which he was able to do, and to win the other, the majors, the Grand Slam or something like that. And he didn't grow up thinking about the Olympics. It hasn't really been something that was on the table for him until recently. So for him, it's not a big motivator, but I guarantee when we get there, when we get to Rio, there's going to be a lot of guys in that field who would love nothing more than to win a gold medal. So it's just going to mean something different to different players.
Gary, of course, the format we could change over time. It doesn't necessarily have to stay the way it's going to be in 2016. Don't you think that players like Adam Scott kind of opting out of Olympic golf in this way, that's really going to hurt golf's bid for the Olympics to come? And that's not necessarily a good thing for the game, is it?
Well, again, this is whether golf is in the Olympics or not. Somehow we've gotten by for over 100 years and without golf in the Olympics, and it hasn't been a problem. But I think this is the one time where it should be a team event. There are probably 25 or 30 countries in the world who could field a reasonably competitive 3 or 4 person team, men and women. And then you're playing for national pride and it's not individual. I think that would have a lot more appeal. If Adam Scott's going as part of the Australian team, I think his interest level would be a lot higher.
Of course, in addition to that, yeah, match play seems like really the way to go here. Stroke play, not going to be as exciting as some single elimination rounds.
It's going to be a long time before any of us get tired of team golf. I mean, you look at the Ryder Cup, it's probably the singular, most passionate and exciting event we have in the game right now. So to get more team event going would be great, but we can't do anything about that now. I just think Adam Scott, with these comments, he's having a down year. I mean, I looked it up. He ranks 193 out of 202 in strokes gained putting. He's just having a terrible year, and in a way, I almost wonder if he's setting himself up for, to deal with the potential disappointment of not even making the team and representing Australia by the time we get around to next year, and his long putter is banned, and he's just going through a tough time right now, and so I think that, as much as anything else, shaped the comments that he made last week.
And of course, with the Olympics on the horizon in 2016, the schedules for the world's top players will only get busier. Gary, Jeff, thank you so much for your time and insight. Thank you all for joining us here on Tour Confidential on Golf.com. We'll see you right back here next week.